Q&A. Questions and answers.
So
and we will
just-
answer these questions.
Moving forward, though, you're going to put out tweets, and we're going to try our best to answer them in a timely fashion.
Yep, in a very short time.
We'll call it Max Mailbag.
So this is the main one from Dograt19. With the changes to the major schedule next year, do you see Iem Sydney staying at the same time of the year, or do you think there will be a change to the date?
More speculation.
More speculation.
Honestly, that's totally in the hands of a few different things.
Including ESL.
Oh, I'm prepared to
Yep.
speculate.
Organisers, and I'm talking in terms of like the venue as well. The venue availability's got to work for them
Yep.
too.
Kudos.
Yep.
Kudos Bank Arena.
Yep.
State government as well.
Yep.
Because state government always look at
Oh,
things
they
like,
love it.
but they always the reason for their involvement and their heavy involvement is they're always trying to look to build and bring events that bring in new money to the state, and there's certain times of the year that are better for that than others. So they're going to have an input on that.
I think
All
there was like
valid points.
NRL on at the same time at IM, isn't there?
There was that
The
weekend.
day before?
There was there was a South
Stadium
game
across the
going on.
road. Yeah.
Yep.
So
There was also a meats festival. Just throwing that out.
Yeah, no, that was the last 2 years, though.
I'm sure you had a better point than that.
It was
No,
meat
that's
stock.
about all I got. Meat stock. That's
Meat
right.
stock. Yeah, no, it's the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah,
meat
yeah,
stock's
meat.
been on at the same time.
Yep.
It's just like a meat festival.
Looks really good.
You can meet new people.
Look, I on that point, I think that
Get smoked.
IM Sydney obviously moves. Like, it's not going to happen at the same time. That I can almost guarantee you. Because what teams are going to come? Are you only going to get teams that don't qualify for the major? That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So it won't happen at the same time. We won't have IM at around, was it May 5th, 6th, whatever it was. It may
5,
move,
6,
but there's a lot
It
of
was 5th to the 12th or something.
there's a lot of points that Jim just made that is obviously going to impact whether or not this thing can move.
Biggest point is Valve.
Yeah, Valve is going to be a huge one. There is a good chance that we won't have IM Sydney next year based on the major. I hope that's not the case.
Speculative.
Speculative, but there's a good chance, right? I hope that's not the case. I hope it just gets moved and we get it at a different time. You got to remember, IEM is also a circuit. They do IEM all around the world, right? So Sydney fits in at the point that it fits in. If it's no longer going to fit in that period,
There are so many things for IM. Yeah.
yeah,
To make
100%.
it fits
Yeah.
perfectly when it is.
It fits where
It just
is.
made sense. And it was a staple for those 3 years.
And if
Yep.
it's changing, it could definitely go somewhere else as well. And you saw Carmack asking, where have we not done IEMs where
Yeah.
you'd like to see an IEM? So
Look,
Yeah, they-
Carmack is a pretty. I think he's hard to read, but I think he's also easy to read. And we went out to K Barbecue after,
That's
and
right.
just randomly in Lidcombe, Carmack's there
yeah,
with
It's the
Mihal.
home of
Yeah.
esports, man.
And he came over afterwards and he said thanks for everything, but he didn't say see you again next year.
No,
and that
yeah.
and he said goodbye.
Yeah.
And when we finished as well, I just got this sense like because the effing idiots that announce the major dates during IEM, like
Yeah.
so fucking inconsiderate.
give us a major.
Yeah. So
Well, that
and those dates are right smack bang in the middle of the perfect time to do IEM Sydney. And if you're not doing it then, when else can you do it in that schedule? The CSGO schedule is crazy.
I was gonna say like there's that, and then there's just so many other moving parts that you really can't pin it down to like.
Yeah.
Any one of those things that we've named could just affect.
Yeah.
Like who knows?
Yeah.
Like
And
you know,
Astralis didn't come.
meat stock might just
Blast
take over the
Astralis.
job.
good.
Blast Astralis not coming is really bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it really did take a bit of an edge off the event.
Small
A
edge.
lot of the teams that turned up to the event were shit and in
That-
shit form.
What do you mean? It wasn't as bad as like
Jet
a
lag.
half baked optic that
Yeah.
turned up with like a coach and
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it didn't help that none of the bloody Aussie teams
But, you
went
know,
through either.
Well, the Aussie team shit the bed, but I think that, like I said,
that's
that's
pressure too.
that's part and parcel nowadays. I think you know.
Well, you got to remember, this is just off the back of Renegades making legend status
Yeah, I know,
at the
I know,
major.
I know. But then there was
So
also the
expectations were
gratisfaction.
high.
We got to say that Renegades reached their absolute peak. Previous to that, they hit the Star Ladder Grand Final when they won Star Ladder that time.
It was a good run.
It was
Like
a
they
very
were on a
good run. But then they recently hit their peak with the legend status. And then straight after that, gratisfactions visa issues come into effect.
And I was gonna say, when you say they hit their peak, it's because they weren't allowed to reach any higher point due to those issues.
Yeah.
visa issues.
Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what I mean. They've
Yeah,
reached
yeah,
their
that's-
peak, and then they couldn't continue to grow because Grat got his visa cooked. Because I speculative they were trying to be cheap and got him in on an ESTA instead of a player pro athlete visa, which costs extraordinary amounts of money.
Yeah.
And that's why Renegades aren't as good as they were at their peak. But they could get back there. There's no reason why they can't. I hope they do. But yeah, they shit the bed for IEM.
All right, cool. And that is a good point to leave that question. We still have a couple more, which are all
only one.
well, one serious question.
Okay.
The rest are kind of memes, kind of insults.